Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here, and it's finally happening, the Swordmaster's Path event, the guaranteed event for Leonardo. The main event of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collaboration starts tomorrow, and in this video I'm going to tell you some things you need to know in advance. You need to be prepared so that you get the most out of this event. First, thank you Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video and for giving me this wonderful promo link that you can use to create a new Raid account. Down below in the description there in the QR code. New account with Deacon Armstrong after tutorial, Uugo at 15, Tagoar at 20, Mausoleum Mage at 30. However, if you're creating a new account right now and you want to participate in Leo Path tomorrow, then that would get really expensive. You really need to have saved some resources for this path. But for players who have been saving resources for this path, I have been saving for months for this one. All the information that's available right now and what you need to do to prepare for tomorrow. The Leo Path is going to last for 4 days, so don't worry, you have 4 days from November 6th until November 11th, and the path includes both the Leonardo Champion and the 5-star Soul. We don't have the full path yet, but if it follows what the other paths have been like, then Leonardo Champion is on one side of the path, the Soul is on the other side of the path, so acquiring both of those will be very expensive. However, you can get the Soul later. You just need to get Leonardo Champion now. You can pick up the Soul later from the altar. That is completely possible, so you don't have to get the Soul now. Although 5-star Soul, that's great if you can do it, but the Champion is enough. The ways to get points for this hero path: Summon Rush and Gear Hunters, so opening shards. And all the points are going to be determined by the shard type that you open, but we don't have the point table yet. We don't know how many points you're going to get for each shard type. And Gear Hunters, so doing dungeons. Point totals not published yet, and then the important things that you want to be ready for. First of all, the most important thing, the most time-sensitive thing, the Event Dungeon. The Event Dungeon is going to go away tomorrow, and Event Dungeon Stage 3 has been by far the best place to get points for Gear Hunters. I did the whole Raphael deck there. I just click, and it actually didn't take that long because each fight was 1 second and then I instantly repeated the fight all the time. And I spent thousands of gems, but I also saved thousands of gems because looking at how many points you get for energy that you're spending for Raphael deck, for example, even Dungeon Stage 3 gave you more than 2.5 points per energy. When doing something like Dragon 20, Spider 20 gave you only 1.95 points per energy. So that's more than 25% more. So Event Dungeon is just so much better. You're going to spend so many fewer gems, but it's going away. However, Event Dungeon goes away at 1:15 p.m. UTC on Thursday. So depending on your time zone, you can do time zone conversions. The important part to know is that the Leo Path starts at 9 a.m. UTC on Thursday. So there's going to be around 4 hours of overlap. So whenever Leo Path starts, you will have around 4 hours of Event Dungeon availability. And that means that during those 4 hours, you can do Event Dungeon Stage 3, you can get your points for the Leo Path much cheaper energy or gem-wise than you can do after that. After the Event Dungeon goes away, the best dungeons that you can do is any Gear Dungeon, Stage 16 or Stage 20. Those are really close together, it doesn't really matter which one you do point-wise. So Spider, Dragon, Ice Golem, Fire Knight, whatever you like to do. While we don't have the exact point distribution for the Gear Hunters component of the Leo Path yet, then the rate should be about the same. So the order should be the same. Even Dungeon Stage 3, it has been the best in every single scenario that we have had before. Every single different Hero Path point distribution. Even Dungeon Stage 3 has been by far the best. And then we have other Even Dungeon stages than Gear Dungeon Stage 16 and 20. So that does not change. But if you want to be able to use that Event Dungeon Stage 3, you have to be ready when Leo Path starts and do your grind immediately. And the second super important thing, pulling your shards. So there's the Summon Rush component, you get points for pulling shards. You don't necessarily want to pull your shards immediately when the event begins. There should be no X2 event this week. So there's a calendar, there's a list of the previous X2 events that we have had, and as you can see, Ancient Void Sacred, some primals thrown in the mix. There haven't been any that would have been just 1 week apart from that one weird primal epic legendary kind of stuff that we had. But every other time there's been 2 weeks between these events, and this is now the week in between. So there should not be an X2 event, which would obviously be the best kind of event. You would really love to pull your shards through an X2 and Leopath. That's not going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. There could be progressive chance events. There's probably going to be a whole bunch of X2 events at Black Friday, so that's a few weeks from now. But not yet. Not yet for this Leopath. Progressive chance events, those are possible. I generally don't recommend participating in progressive chance events. Progressive chance event means that you're going to have boosted chance to get a specific legendary or a specific epic. But that only applies once you have already rolled an epic or a legendary. You don't get more epics or legendaries. Just when you roll an epic or legendary, there's a better chance that it's a specific one that you get to choose. So obviously, that doesn't really help you all that much. However, if you're pulling a bunch of shards for Leo anyway, and there happens to be a progressive chance event during the weekend, then you want to participate in that because you're pulling those shards anyway and might as well increase your odds to pick up something good from those. So when I'm recording this video, no such events have been announced yet. But typically those events start on a Friday or they start on a Saturday. The path starts on a Thursday. So I'm not pulling my shards on Thursday yet. I'm probably pulling them on Friday, assuming that we have heard something about the events or lack of events by then. So there is a chance to do some double dipping with potential progressive chance plus Leo's path, even though it looks like there's not going to be an X2 event for this path. So those are the important things. If you want to farm using energy, you only have a few hours in the event dungeon right when the path starts. And when you want to get points from shards, you want to check whether there's going to be some kind of progressive chance event during the weekend before you pull your shards. And then you can get your most out of Leo event. Leo event is super important. Leo is incredible. You really, really want to get this champion. So yeah, this is going to be a great weekend. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.